are fully live. Hope you're all doing well out there and having a nice weekend so far. Welcome back to Brony Debates Live. I'm quite tired and I'd rather be doing anything else, but we're here with one of the fandom's longest running podcasts about God knows what at this point anymore. You know something? I said that last week. I said that. Oh, yeah, I said it on Twitter. Oh, Brony Debates has been the longest running podcast in the Brony fandom, and someone commented on Twitter and said, pointed out the MBS show with like Silverquill, and they've been around since like 2012. Or like 14 or something like that. And to that, I would counter with I uploaded my first video, which was titled Brony Debates in 2013, so I probably still win. But regardless, certainly live stream format. Yeah, we've been at this. We've been at this since 2017, and we'll keep going for however long I feel like it, basically. Anyway, there we go. So we're waiting for the chat to catch up there. As per usual, I got the gorgeous Princess Petals Blossom and DJ Skywalker with me tonight. Petals, how you doing?
I'm okay. Sorry for keeping you guys waiting. I was making homemade tortillas. They're all done and they're in the oven on a tray, so do not start that oven. You will melt that tray. But they're cooling off, so once we get off here, we can have some homemade tortillas with some frijoles, and it's going to be really great.
Nice. Yep, I can't wait to try those tortillas. I've never had homemade tortillas before.
Well, don't put your expectations too high. It's the first time I've ever made them by myself. My grandma used to make them really good. Like, I can still remember just how, like, fluffy her tortillas were, so those definitely aren't going to be that good. But my beans, though, my homemade beans, where we use, like, the ham bone from Thanksgiving to flavor it, and all the ham just fell off that bone in that pot. Oh, it was gorgeous. That's something to be proud of.
Nice, nice. Let's see here. So, and DJ, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just usual holiday junk.
Yeah, what's the usual holiday junk over there?
Well, since we moved, it's mostly just putting out finding the decorations and putting them up.
Nice. Oh, we did a bunch of Christmas shopping today. We spent, like, I don't know, a little over 3 hours in the mall, just walking around. There seemed to be some kind of cosplay event going on for that, and I think we've got just about everybody covered. I'm going to go back there and get one more gift that I saw towards the end there, and by the time we remember to go back and get it, Petals was already really tired, and it was getting late, so yeah, we decided to just call it there, and so I'm going to go back there tomorrow and grab that. But yeah, we're just about done over here. I'm actually looking forward to seeing my family for Christmas this year, and so that'll be fun. I had to just a little bit of a little bit of family drama I'm gonna get off my chest real quick here. Is I actually called my younger brother to make sure that my parents know not to bring my older brother around, because he's out of jail now, and my parents have always had this illusion that we still have an older brother. You know what I mean? And literally, the only person that still wants that guy around is my father. So, but apparently not. They know not to do that. So Christmas should be fun and safe for everybody.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And I learned some stuff that I'm not going to share with the stream, but yeah, it was pretty bad. And if basically uh let's hope I never cross that guy's path again, because there will be some serious problems. Now then, let's pick up where we left off from last week, and I'm going to switch the screen over now as we get into that. And we've got update. Okay, they are still alive, but how did they manage to get money for a traveling band? So this was sort of like a fan theory thing that we were messing with towards the end of the stream last time. And what are we thinking, guys? Let's get into some headcanon territory before we dive into the comments. Petals, what do you think about this situation?
So I was, because sent you this because I had the very same question, because it was something I asked at the time, like, hey, wait a minute, how did they get a van? Like, where are the papers? Because there has to be a paper trail of like for them to own a car. I mean, I guess they could have gotten a junker, bought it for cash, but where did they get their cash? Just by busking? And all the amenities in here. There's just so many questions. So my thought is maybe they bought that van for cash by busking around, and that seems to be what they keep doing. They're essentially they're undocumented, I guess, immigrants, basically. So I guess if in the real world people can pull that off and somehow have a home and a car and stuff, I guess they could. But like, I'm like, so are we going off of that logic, or do you think they had some way to fake their papers? I mean, also, how did they get enrolled in school? That's another question.
So the question, I see Peppermint88 in the chat says daddy's credit card. Ha!
Who's daddy in this situation though? We don't know who daddy is.
Oh man, you know what's crazy is here, random bit of thing here is I'm looking on OBS between multi-chat and the YouTube chat, and for some reason though they're not synced. Let me see. We got Gojillion, followed by Ruby Shine. Okay, no, they're synced. They're synced. Never mind. Let's see here. Yeah, they're just formatted differently. So anyway, the question that I would ask is, at what point in time did they get the van? Did they get the van before or after they went to Canterlot High? Because if they did it before, it's entirely possible that they were able to, use their siren powers. Which I got to remember that there's a lot of fanning out there where the siren powers get to, they let people do, they can manipulate people into doing whatever, sort of brainwashing here. But all we ever saw them do in the show was amplify and then feed off of negative emotion. So they use their singing to bring the negative emotions out of people and then feed off of that. And their powers through their gems amplified their voices. So anyway, I would say they were able to sing really well, make money under the table, and buy the van like that and just travel around as needed. Dang, Petals, what are you typing on?
I actually wanted to Google something. What was it Backstage Pass? Was this?
I believe it was.
I'm trying to look up clips because I want to remember what happened in the episode.
Yeah, and I remember I feel like they talked about like what their lives have been like since they got defeated and had to run away. But I don't remember exactly what they said. So if you find that, send it to me on Discord, and I'll open it up on the stream here. And
what am I looking for exactly?
Well, you were trying to figure out what this special was called. Was it Backstage Pass or was it something else?
It was.
Yeah. I believe it was a movie, and they had a scene where they talked about it, and this was a whole. And I remember that this was a red herring in the movie itself. Like Sunset saw the dazzlings here, and were like, whatever this Groundhog Day nonsense is that's going on right now, I'll bet you they're behind it somehow. And it turned out to not be them. It turned out to be the other pop stars that were there. What were they, retiring or something? And they wanted to have a perfect performance, but things kept going wrong, so they kept resetting the day with some equestrian time machine. And yeah, that was what's going on here. But I remember when Sunset was investigating the Dazzlings, they happened on her, which is this picture that we're looking at here. And they had a little conversation about what their life has been like. And if they had said anything about when or how they got this van, it would have been during that conversation. So until then, I'm asking the question, did they get this van before or after they lost their singing powers? I also can't remember, like they were doing something to fake their voices, and I can't remember exactly what it was.
I don't think they were faking their voices, if anything. I'm looking right now.
Yeah. DJ, can you shed any insight onto this?
I know Verdi is saying like the chord progression was kind of samey, like they're not great singers, but they're good enough.
So at least from what the transcript is saying, I don't see anything that's canonical about it. As for headcanon, well, I think you have to keep in mind they've literally been on this earth for 1,000 years.
Was it that long?
They probably forged paper. Because they got banished in Stygian's time.
Yeah, they did, but in the comics, when they showed them getting banished in I believe it was Fiendship Forever, Fiendship is Magic, that showed them getting banished. They sort of landed in the modern day, so I don't think they've been on Earth or in the human world for that long.
I don't think that really lines up with what we saw in the show.
What did we see in? Yeah, they got banished in Stygian's. So, but we've seen a lot of people sort of theorize that time probably works differently between the two dimensions. So even if they got banned during Stygian's time, they could have that could have been only a few years here, which I think sucks from a writing perspective. But I think that's what, unless the comics are just completely not canon in this, which we know they're not. So I don't know. What do we think?
Have they been season 2 finale?
Have they been?
Have they 7 finale?
Yeah. Have they been in the human world for 1,000 years, or have they only been here for, I don't know, we'll say like tops a decade? But like people can get along underground, no track record, and stay under the radar and stay out of like official business. People do it all the time.
Yeah, the problem is like 3 teenage girls doing it. Like at some point that people are going to be like, hey, where's your parents? We need them to sign off on this. Unless they were able to forge IDs that say they're 18.
Which is also possible. But like we've also seen like kind of in the Equestria Girls world, nobody's really checking anything. I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah, so the Fiendship is Magic one can't really count since that's not how they were banished.
Oh, all right. How were they banished in Fiendship is Magic? It was
through a series of musical battles, the Sirens and Starscroll create multiple new instruments and genres. After all of their battles end in Starscroll's defeat, he banishes them to the human world through the Crystal Mirror.
Oh, okay.
When in the show, we know it took all the pillars to banish them.
Yeah. And that was just kind of a throwaway.
They didn't exist at the time of that comic's writing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was all. And also to the show, point against the show is that was also kind of a throwaway flashback, but I don't think they would have animated that if they didn't want that to be like, hey, we're going to go in this direction with the story. So, but we don't really have any sort of solid answer as to when they got this van.
I would say it was after they lost their singing. Since they're clearly not happy about their living arrangements, I doubt it was something they had before. It's probably something they had to scrounge from whatever savings they had left over, because you know what? I bet Sonata spends every single bit of money they have out when they're not paying attention.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I would not put that past her. I bet
she's like a deal on food and buys 50.
I would bet that Sonata is bad with money and Arya is selfish. Like, I think Arya's buying stuff for herself when they're not looking, and Sonata is just like, you know, isn't paying attention and orders DoorDash like 6 times a week.
And Adagio hates them both for doing it.
They should be
even though
dashing
she
those
wants to do the
kids.
exact same thing.
What'd you say, Petals?
They should be door dashing in this thing.
Oh, I couldn't trust these 3 with my DoorDash order. They'd frickin' be taking my fries and my tenders before I even got there. I open up my burger bag and there's a bite out of it. Like, frick, why is there hot sauce on my burger that someone took a bite out of? And then, you know, Sonata just overhears me say that and goes, "Oh, it was really bland, so I put hot sauce on it." Like the frick. So, it would be really difficult for them to get this van after they lost. So did they say anything in there about like how they managed their magic while they didn't have the gems anymore?
I have the clip of them. I have the clip of them. I just I can't play it and really listen to it while I'm listening to you guys. So let me just throw it in Brony's DMs real quick.
Yeah, and I'll pull it up here. There we go.
At least according to the special, it sounds like they don't have magic anymore.
Yeah, I meant to say music, and I said magic because I'm frickin' verbally dyslexic. What in the frick is that thing?
What?
That's Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh, okay, lovely.
Oh, I thought it was the jar of greed.
The pot of greed.
You mean pot?
Oh, the pot of
Jar's
greed.
a
Looked like a
different
jar to me.
All right, so let's see here. Hot sauce on burger sounds like a crime.
That song's called
I've had it. It's
Final
good.
Magic. Human scum.
Human scum.
Did you say a slur?
The chord progression is kind of
Well, yeah.
samey.
Yeah, she did.
And the Dazzlings are behind the time loop. Still no excuse.
You know
for
the
lazy
Dazzlings are
soul.
making money off Twitter.
So what are we gonna do?
New mission. We have to get backstage.
Our backstage passes
You
are
could
only
probably
good for
skip
day
ahead a
2,
bit.
and you're not a VIP.
I like her pants. Sunshine Super's pants are really nice in this.
Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna figure this out. Here we go.
Anybody in? To your heart.
Oh, gosh. Go ahead and go backstage, the both of you.
I hate that scene.
Really? Wow, thanks. Great
Yeah,
idea, Sunset.
We came up with it together.
Ooh, that was our best show yet.
The loop is really working. Of course it's working.
It was my idea.
I knew it. I bet they're hiding the time twirlers somewhere in their tour bus.
Nice thinking. Also, looks more like a tour band to me.
Peppermint says, "Don't drop the mic. Do you know how much those cost? Also, eardrums." Yeah, the eardrums is definitely a thing.
You think Adagio gives a fuck?
Yeah, listen though, a show like this is probably using a microphone called an SM58, if I'm remembering the exact model number. They're only like $60 a piece. They're not that expensive at all.
Stay here and stand guard. If you see anyone coming, sound the alarm.
You got it. No one's gonna get by me. No way, no how.
You're gonna have to zoom a little bit. She's gonna have a freaking thing with churros in a minute.
Oh yeah, I remember the frickin' churros. I'm just
Take
gonna.
the bread out of the toaster.
Oh, that's just them talking about
It's not my
toast.
job to not start fires.
How is I supposed
you're gonna wanna
know
skip
you
to
kept
where they're in the
tacos
van.
toaster?
Sometimes I forget how good this show is.
It's a good show.
Here.
Too bad it was
No.
canceled.
The world
Oh,
hates
where
us.
is it? Who leaves toast in a toaster, honestly?
Don't
It's supposed to
even
pop
think
out by
about eating our
itself.
toast, Sunset Shimmer.
Don't even think about taking our toast.
That's all we're gonna eat all day. We're poor.
I have to do my anime girl run with that in my mouth.
She's so in the position.
I was wrong. This is the worst possible time for churros.
What are you doing on our bus?
Sorry, not sorry, Adagio, but it's time to take this track off repeat. I heard you admit the time loop was your idea.
Time loop? What? We looped a vocal track. Hey!
You're telling the truth.
Of course I am.
But your song, every day is the same.
That's about being stuck in this miserable human world with no magic or hope of returning to Equestria.
And by the way, if there's equestrian magic afoot around here, we call dibs.
I thought if anyone would want to be able to redo the day and fix their mistakes, it's you three.
We made the mistake of using our powers to manipulate Canterlot High School, and we've paid the price for it. With our magic.
Unless you count the magic of vocal processing.
Which I don't.
Oh, so they're
saying
lip
is,
syncing. That's
we
how they
already
handle
get a
their
do-over
music.
with every new day.
Auto-tune.
Life.
You should try.
Yeah, they're lip syncing and they're auto tuning. That's how they're doing it. Yeah, so yeah, they could going back to the original freaking topic here. They could probably still use the they could still make money off of that. You know, especially
Sure.
if they've got halfway decent showmanship.
Yeah, and if they make a catchy enough song, they can make some TikToks, make money that way.
Yeah, and you know, the masses will consume the frickin' slop. The lowest common denominator slop that is mainstream pop music. So, yeah, I could see them making enough money off of that, but you know, they're saying they're stuck in this thing here. But it sounded like they were lamenting more not being able to go back to Equestria and not having any magic. So they were probably living like this to begin with. Now, what sucks from like a story perspective, oh, I've had a tickly throat all day. What sucks from a storytelling perspective is we don't know how long they've been in the human world. So like, even if they were in the human world for 1,000 years, are you going to tell me characters like this, like these girls right here, are, you know, that they're not going to just amass power in that sort of time or wealth or anything like that? You don't think they're just going to, are they really going to try to fly under the radar for 1,000 years?
Well, based on what we saw in Rainbow Rocks, it's clear that they were only getting I think it was pretty clear they were only getting so strong because there was equestrian magic in the area. It seems like their powers are not as strong when there's no magic.
Okay, so they just gotta, they can't get that strong.
They've probably just been getting by for the past 1,000 years, just kind of slipping through the dark because they can't fully manipulate people without the extra magic.
You don't think after 1,000 years they would have made peace with that or figured out like how to work in the world? Do
you think Adagio makes peace with anything?
Well, I know Arya doesn't make peace with anything. Adagio was the smartest one of the three by a long shot. And Sonata doesn't really care what happens. She's kind of laid back about it.
Well, it's clear Adagio hates humans with every fiber of her being, so.
Mm-hmm.
Literally calls her fans human scum, so.
Yeah. Well, so do most
She
pop
really
stars.
hates her.
Like, that's just par for the course right there.
Yeah, but she says the quiet part out loud and is proud to do so.
I think if she was proud to do so, she would have said it into that freaking mic.
She did.
Let's see. No, she didn't say it into the mic. She held the mic away and dropped it and then said human scum and walked off. Let's see what the comments say real quick. I love that her first reaction upon seeing Sunset is, it wasn't, what are you doing here? Or how dare you break into our van? But don't you dare eat our toast. Ruby likes Sonata Dusk the best of the three. Alrighty then.
Yeah, well, of course. I like Adagio personally.
Yeah. If they managed things well before their Candlelight incident, they must have had money saved up while they had their powers. The first thing with mind manipulation powers is to accumulate money to secure a safety net in case of need. Yeah, it's not, but that's what I was saying though. They're not mind manipulation powers. They amplify. Well, I suppose it's manipulation in like the literal sense, but they can't do anything. They can just amplify your anger. And
the ultimate thing of it is to bring people under their thrall.
Yeah.
So it eventually turns into a worship. Because I mean, they instantly mind zapped Celestia and Luna into getting them into the school and doing the Battle of the Bands. So there is mind manipulation in their power set.
That's right. That's right. I did forget about that for a second. This is crazy. I mean, like, I know we're not supposed to overthink it, but I feel like the writers should have overthought it a little bit and like tried to cover their bases with what these powers can actually do, and the scale of which they can function on. Could have easily saved up money before the Battle of the Bands.
I think with the opening of Rainbow Rocks and saying how little they were getting from just being around people indicates that they originally can't draw too much off of humans.
They've been at this, continuing the comment says they've been at this for 1,000 years, plenty of time to amass a fortune, but clearly they haven't.
Yeah.
Again, Sonata.
So Sonata and Aria. I think 1,000 years is an incomprehensible scale of time to humans. And so, like, unless they are incapable of human reasoning and foresight and things like that, they definitely would have figured it out in 1,000 years, right? Because most people figure it out in the span of a decade. And so, like, I have trouble believing that it's actually been 1,000 years. Because they would have...
I can believe it.
They're
clearly not good at planning.
How are they not good at planning? Let me ask you that.
Because they can't because they fight over who makes the plan.
But then they just
Adagio may be the leader, but they clearly don't all agree, and Sonata's just dumb.
Well, Sonata just goes with anything. Aria likes to think she's in charge, but she's not, and she can get bullied back into place by Adagio really easily. We saw that a lot. And we saw that in that clip. We saw it in Rainbow Rocks. Adagio is definitely coming up with the plans, and they're always utilizing her plans. Aria just likes to think she's in charge. I always compared her to Starscream from Transformers. She likes to think she's in charge. She likes to think she could be in charge. She's got a really big ego, but she couldn't actually handle that.
Well, if you want to use a Starscream comparison, that could also mean she's been sabotaging them for over the past 1,000 years.
Now that I wouldn't put it past her, but I don't know. 1,000 years is a lot to wrap my head around. They're gonna would they put up with Aria sabotaging them for 1,000 years? Well, I guess if they feel like they have to because their spells only work when they're together or something like that, that might be something.
Definitely doesn't seem like they're together because they want to be.
Did Starscream sabotage the Decepticons a lot, or did he more or less just like try to usurp Megatron at every opportunity he got?
Well, it's never. I think there's been times where he's intentionally sabotaged them. Other times he ends up accidentally sabotaging them because he's trying to get the glory.
Interesting.
So it'd be probably something along like that, where plan's going successful, and then Aria tries to overstep, and it ends up going to hell.
Yeah, Rusty saying there's a theory that time moves differently between Equestria and the human worlds, and Equestria, time moves slower than human time. So 1,000 years in Equestria could be a decade in human time. That's sort of what I was saying earlier. But we're not quite sure. And there,
It's hard to attest since we know the 30 moons for the mirror. We knew Sunset's been there for at least 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. And if she's that much older than Twilight, that their paths never really crossed, then she would end up being roughly the same age when she crossed over to the human world or something like that. So I think the time dilation is the most sound theory, and that they haven't really been in there for that long. But that's still really screwy, unless like when Star Swirl and the Pillars banished them, they didn't just banish them through dimensions, but banish them through time as well. Because the 1,000 years does not translate to a it's not consistent, if that makes sense. It's crazy. Yeah, the writers really should have put more forethought into this. Well, let's see what.
It's just too much to ask.
It shouldn't be. It should not be too much to ask.
Apparently,
it's clear they don't really want to set any time frames for any of this. So
I know. Why do they keep using 1,000 years? By the way, why is it always 1,000 years? 1,000 years ago, things really did fucking suck.
Or saying moons.
Yeah, and then never putting a time frame to the moon, which the moon thing was always really, really stupid because they had used day, week, month, year before that, and then we're just moons out of nowhere. Who made that decision? It was stupid. I don't like it. You know,
probably when they wanted to get more cryptic.
I don't know. Like, I never liked it at conventions when like fans would show up to like the writers panels and being like, "Hey, this was really stupid." And they would word it like that too. "This was really stupid. What were you thinking?" You know, they'd word it like that. But I think the moons thing might be the thing that would get me up there doing that very thing. Like, I always thought it was cringe, but if I ever find out who came up with the frickin' moons thing, I might actually go up to their panel and be like, "Hey, that was really dumb. Why did you do that?" And then maybe they'll say something that'll make me look like a cringy idiot, right? And I'll accept defeat when that happens, or you know, maybe they'll just do what any good writer in this situation who needs to face the public would do, and just, you know, shrug and be like, "Felt like it, no reason." Or maybe he'll just, you know, he or she will just be like, "Dude, you're thinking too much about this. You should get a life and stop being so cringy." Like, those are the three possible explanations of what would happen in this situation. But it wouldn't change the fact that it's stupid. Let's see here. I'm going to move on. I think Rarity should have got Twilight a different wig color because she doesn't look good with blonde, in my opinion. Yeah, I could see that. That sort of clashes with the purple.
I'm of the opinion it is the style that makes it suck. What is this choppy side bang bullshit?
That's Tara Strong. That's what Tara Strong looks like.
Her hair does not look terrible like that. Like, it's square. It's square, like sideburns. I've seen Tara Strong. She does not look like that.
I can see it, but I also can't see it. It's like it's like it looks good at first, and then it doesn't, and then it goes back to looking good. I can't decide.
Let me see for a second here. Yeah, Heather's looking her up too. I can hear that typing.
No, I'm making a tweet.
Oh, okay. What are you freaking tweeting about at this stage?
Someone said, "Name a video game without the letter E." You can't. And I said, Power World. It's easy. Done. I'm a winner.
Give me money. So, okay. Here's what I'm thinking is the deal. And I'll pull this tab over to the tab that we're all looking at here and try to Like, I sort of see a resemblance of this shape,
Nah,
or
this is
maybe
a
even
wave,
this
dude. That's a
shape,
wave.
or maybe
I
even
mean,
this
if this is
shape and that.
if it's supposed to be Terra Strong, they did her dirty because she's got waves, she's got layering. That's like that. What is that fucking cut that is on Twilight Sparkle's head? That is chopped. That is awful. The hairstyle is what's wrong with it. I don't even the color. I don't even think is that bad. We have pony characters that are purple with blonde hair. I think it's Cloud Kicker. Cloud Kicker has this color scheme, and it's fine. It's just this fucking haircut that looks choppy and awful.
Let's see. Purple with blonde hair pony. Let's see here.
It's Cloud Kicker. That's her name.
Yeah. We've also got, yeah, I'm going to pull my freaking other Google search over into the thing here.
Well,
See, there she is.
it's because
Yeah.
I think it works better on Cloud Kicker because there's a different tone to it. It's a two-toned blonde.
I guess.
That's Pony
The point
Creators.
being,
We got,
the point being, I'm saying the color scheme can work.
yeah. I guess it is different though. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not Terra Strong. Everybody thought it was Terra Strong, the Terra Strong haircut when they first saw this.
They had a poor opinion of her hair.
Well, it was only on screen for like what, a second?
Yeah, like a couple like a minute
Yeah.
maybe.
The green is kind of clashing with her skin too, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like they messed with the saturation on this because I feel like look at Spike's ears; those are too bright too. Like I feel like they like dialed it up a bit. And for what? To make a point?
I don't know. I don't. As far as I can tell, they didn't change any sort of like saturation or contrast.
Not because things look too bright in this. Because like I watch it and tell me like freaking yeah, like Equestria Girls does a lot of weird stuff with colors, but like I feel like that, especially since it's Spike's ears that look super neon green, hard to look at green, that I'm like it feels like something got like a saturation dial or something got turned up or something.
Well, let's see what the comments say. That's the point, I think. Probably, but still maybe brown hair would look better.
Nobody has brown hair in this universe.
What's his face? The math kid has brown hair, doesn't he? I know there's a brown hair kid.
Well, he's not exactly one of the better looking ones.
Yeah. Let's see here. So, we got another person in here talking about color theory. So yeah, is the hairstyle stupid or is the color clashing and then we extra notice the hairstyle or blame it on the hairstyle? Peppermint saying, my eyes, they burn.
Yeah, I feel like there's something definitely wrong with this picture.
I don't know. DJ, what do you think?
I don't know. It's like it works and then it does it. It works and then it doesn't. I don't know. I can't make my
Ruby Shine
mind.
saying,
It looks the same.
Ruby Shine in the chat says that dress is pretty hideous. I don't think there's anything wrong with the dress. I think on a different
I don't know.
Like I think if this character with this hair and this dress, if she was white or maybe pink.
I feel like this shade of green I wouldn't use as the primary color of an ensemble, more for an accent. Like darker shades of green are better for that.
Oh, I guess in Rarity's defense, it does make her look a lot like a very different person. So that could have been the whole point behind it.
Sunset Shimmer's just gonna be on some sort of racist nonsense and shaking down everybody in that school that's got purple skin.
She's a purple people eater.
All right, just grab some random chick. Are you Twilight Sparkle? Are you Twilight Sparkle? Let's see. I'm gonna move on. What would Rainbow Dash search for on Google?
Something stupid.
flight tricks.
Yeah, I could see her. I could see her looking up like new acrobatics, or maybe trying to Google the name of something that she does. I could picture her like coming up with a trick and being like, "Is there a name to this?" And then trying to Google search it by like making a super long description in the Google search of what exactly she does. And then it comes back with like 0 results or stuff that's completely unrelated and several spelling mistakes, no less. And then she's like, "Oh, I guess I just made an original technique."
You know what I think she's
down a
Googling?
Wikipedia hole?
Say what?
Do you think Rainbow would fall down a Wikipedia hole?
No, I don't think
100%.
she would. I don't think she would. I don't think she cares that much about anything to fall down a Wikipedia hole. Twilight would 100% fall down a Wikipedia hole. In fact, I
they're
think
both
Twilight's the only one that would.
I think my thought is that Twilight Sparkle would do that about a lot of things. Rainbow Dash would be very specific things. But by the way, I think Rainbow Dash is going to Google how to make like ramen noodles because she took the noodles out of the pack, threw the wrapper outside her window, and fell through the clouds. She's lost it. This is what she needs Google for. It's how the fuck do I make these? I make them every day, but I still can't remember how to make them because I don't eat anything else. This bitch does not cook.
We know Rainbow Dash doesn't cook. We know she just like goes and gets some kind of fast food after her shift every time. We've seen her do it.
Not just gorging on protein bars and shakes?
Sure, I bet she does that too when she like is low on cash, but she's door dashing.
Your fastest delivery driver, make sure you leave a good tip.
Yeah.
I don't think she's door dashing. I feel like she's like hitting the market for a snack on the way home every day. Maybe
Well, she does have a steady job.
Yeah.
And she is
there's also
the
a mess
head
hall, so
of the
she's
job.
probably eating military food.
I couldn't picture her cooking. In fact, we had an episode where she tried to make a pie, and it was the worst thing imaginable.
When was that? She hates pie.
I think
It was the episode where she hated pie.
No, honey, she put together every pie that Pinkie Pie had ever made her, so it was a big, disgusting thing.
Oh, jeez.
Not to defend her, I'm pretty sure she could never make a pie, but yeah, that was pretty disgusting.
Well,
It just showed she was willing to take the hit to make it up to apologize to Pinkie.
Although I bet they probably eat pretty good at the Wonderbolts thing ever since Thunderlane joined.
Yeah, Thunderlane's good.
What makes you think Thunderlane made all the difference here?
Because he's a
just
cook.
curious.
Remember?
Is he a cook? What am I forgetting?
Yeah, we saw that in the Rumble episode where Rumble was trying to mess with the Cutie Mark Crusaders because he didn't want a Cutie Mark.
Oh yeah.
And had the revolution.
I guess I don't remember that episode all that well. Gosh darn it, guys! I'm actually freaking out here getting Alzheimer's like way the frick too young. Like I've lived for too long. This is a problem. We got to do something about this.
I
Let's
don't remember
see.
stuff well either.
DJ, what do you think Rainbow Dash Googled?
Let's see. Well, I already said flight tricks. Let's see. What else would she probably
No, the
Google?
weird stuff, DJ. Give me the weird stuff.
She probably Googled something like, how high can I go without dying?
I'll
Yeah,
bet you.
totally.
I'll bet you she Googled. I bet you she Googled how to stop winter. I'll bet you she Googled how to stop a tortoise from hibernating.
Hibernating, quote unquote.
She would have had this. She would have had
Get a
this
sun lamp tape.
right around that time that first hibernation came up. I'll bet you she had the FBI pulls up her search history later, and they're like, do tortoises hibernate? How long do tortoises hibernate? How can you stop a tortoise from hibernating? How do you stop winter? How do you stop winter legally? How do you stop winter without getting caught? What's the security code to the weather factor? You know, just things like that. And they're like, did you or did you not blow up the weather factory? And they're like, no. And then they pull up her Google search history as evidence. Y'all ever seen like courtroom cases where they're, someone's out in trial for like murder? Like that happened a couple of years ago. Somebody was on trial for murder. I think they murdered it was their mother or something like that, just wanted to get rid of her, and had the Google search history of step by step, how do you do this part about disposing a body? How much acid do you need? How can my pipes handle this? How deep can police dogs smell? Things like that. It was just, that's the type of thing Rainbow Dash would have been Googling during that Thanks for the Memories episode there. That's why you always go on incognito mode, says Rusty Help. That's not how incognito mode works. They're still gonna know it's you. It's still coming from the IP address. It just means it's not getting stored in your computer's local cache. It's not going to show up in your local search history. Your internet service provider still knows exactly who you are and what you were Googling. Rusty's over there going, oh, frick. They know about all that weird stuff I look up now. Yeah, they've always known. They've always known, and you should be ashamed.
Probably also be looking up, like, how do I increase my flying speed or something?
That would be interesting. Like, I wouldn't, as much as we've been roasting Rainbow Dash for the last 10 minutes, on the other side of the coin, that's the type of thing that I used to do. Is like, I would, like, especially if a friend of mine was having some kind of health problem, I'd be like, Googling whatever the symptoms were, whatever the problem. I especially loved it when they could get a diagnosis and put the name to the problem. I'd know as much as a doctor by the end of the day about that type of thing. And especially like, I'm also Googling a lot, like how to do proper form for like weightlifting and things like that. So, and now that's a problem to Google search though. At this point, I'm at the side tangent here, but at this point in my fitness career, I'm not going to Google form anymore. I'm going to learn it from somebody who hopefully knows more than I do, and then I'm just going to stick with that. Because the last time I learned deadlift form off of Google, I literally almost died.
Brony, the Google AI is never wrong.
I don't think the Google AI was really using it, and also no, I didn't use the Google AI. You can't get deadlift form from Google AI. What you do is you go to pictures and your images, and you see all the different versions there. And I sort of and there's like 5 different major ways to do a deadlift, and I sort of just picked the one that I was seeing the most commonly, and then later on, I was talking to my father about, I almost died from the spinal injury that I gave myself doing a deadlift wrong, and but I'm recovering now, and it's better. And my father, who was a semi-professional weightlifter for a long time, goes, "Okay, show me your deadlift form." And I showed him my deadlift form, and the disappointment in this man's eyes will haunt me for the rest of my life. He goes, "I can't believe I have a son who doesn't know how to do a deadlift." I'm like, "I'm sorry. To be fair, you never taught me how to deadlift." That man taught me how to bicep curl, bench press, and squat when I was 13. I didn't get back into weightlifting until I was 25. The frick. That was a long tangent. But yeah, I could picture Rainbow Dash sort of, searching up like how to get better at flying and maybe the nutrition and the exercises that go into it. If she would do that. I don't know if she would. I remember she got mad at Twilight for reading a book on how to run one time. I don't know if she's learned her lesson about that since. Rainbow Dash really strikes me as the type of person that just operates on pure instinct. Like, she's a good flyer, but that's because she's just extremely talented and she just kind of wants to do something and then does it. Rusty says, did he think knowing a deadlift form was genetic? No, he thought to himself, oh, I used to, bodybuild competitively, and my son doesn't know how to do weightlifting. He just realized that he, never taught me how to do it. Anyway, do we have anything else to say on this, or should I scroll down to the comments here?
Let's see what the comments say.
All right. Rusty says Rainbow Dash Googles various records that she wants to break. I could picture that. She Googles herself. What do we think about that?
Probably.
Sure.
I'm so sorry for what she'd find. The first thing, the jar.
Yeah.
You know what? Hang on. We're gonna do like this. I'm just gonna Google Rainbow Dash and drag it over here. Well, this isn't so bad. I got to tell you guys, I don't know that I can't remember if I have safe search on or not. So we're running some risks here. Here's the Wikipedia picture for Rainbow Dash with some cosplayer for a second there. What the heck? Oh, that's Ashley Ball. Yep. Cosplayer to Rainbow Dash. Here's our Wikipedia page. Get to know Rainbow Dash. A 12-inch official plush on Amazon for $30. Ooh, that's not bad at all.
Oh, Symbiote Studios. I just bought a sandwich in Discord from them.
Cool.
I wanted to get Sunburst, but he's not available anymore.
Ah, that sucks. All right.
And supposedly they're restocking next year.
This is just...
Cadence is releasing this month.
This is just hooves hitting a keyboard. It's hard to type with hooves. Maybe she can use a stylus with her mouth or wings. Let's see.
If they can play pianos with hooves, they can use a keyboard.
Burning Donut spelling the name wrong on purpose. Rainbow Dash R34. Rainbow would look up Thunderlane porn. Wonderbolt's Academy entry requirements. How fast is the Sonic Rain Boom? Where to buy protein powder for Pegasi? What are hands? Can you make a hammock out of clouds? Release date for the next Daring Do book. Rainbow Dash. Lesbian meaning. History. How long does it take to fly to Cloudsdale from Cloudsdale to Griffinstone? Oh, jeez. Lord help us if she finds her wiki page. We were just on her wiki page. We didn't really see anything all that bad.
She'd be upset that it wasn't glazing her more.
Who's faster, me or Sonic? Sonic by a long shot. Let's see here.
Especially Archie Comics Sonic.
How to go from 20% cooler to 30% cooler. Careful with that meme there, and Toshi. It's an antique. Daring Do con tickets. Everything would have spelling errors unless it was related to searching about her. Then it's 100% comprehensible.
Hey yo.
Peppermint says ordering more Daring Do books.
Well, that's just what she's doing on Amazon, guys.
Wonderbolt's wallpaper free download, no virus. Girl ponies kissing. Advice for hatchling sitting Gilda's daughter, Soren.
Okay, get your fanfic out of here.
Oh, let's see here. Let's move on. Okay. Which variant of the main six was a better team? So we've got the Mean Six. We've got the Discord Six. Oh, okay. Well, they both
groups
sucked.
hate each other entirely.
Yeah. They both sucked and could accomplish nothing because they do not understand the magic of friendship.
It's been too long since I've seen the episode. I didn't remember evil AJ having green apples on her flank.
Oh, Granny Smiths are evil? That's bullshit.
Not all green apples
I love
are
Granny Smiths. Is Granny Smith evil?
I will never forgive Hasbro for leaking the episode in like an early version that had like all this like grotesque melting of their faces, and it was really metal and awesome. And then when they had officially released, they changed all of it or cut all of it out. And I'm like, that was so like fitting of a villain though. Why'd you do that?
Well, I remember it was just toned down.
That.
What was that?
From what I remember, it was just toned down from the leak for Twilight's melting scene.
Mm-hmm.
Look at world.
And what'd you say, Petals?
I was saying, I'm surprised you'd be into that.
I just thought it like looked cool and was fitting with the theme and was funny. Like there's I don't know. I don't like censorship. That's the bigger problem here. Anyway, I don't know if I could pick between the two because they were both completely dysfunctional as teams. Like I feel like the only reason this even got close to getting anything done was because they had Chrysalis like beating them into submission the whole time. What do you think?
I was gonna say the mean six would be a little more cohesive because the discorded six were just so, freaking mindless, just completely lost in a singular vice. I feel like the mean six could at least follow instruction. The discorded six, I guess, are we discording? Twilight got discorded later, so
yeah, like when she lost her hope for the situation.
Yeah, so I guess with all that, I guess on top of it, the discorded main six are worse because they're lost in a singular vice and have no direction, and have nobody willing to take direction on it.
And then the mean six. How close did the mean six get to their goal?
Oh, it all just went south when the Tree of Harmony was just like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah, they weren't successful in the slightest because Twilight and the main six never knew the mean six ever existed. But I'm kind of leaning on the mean six as well, since they at least seem to be coherent, whereas the discorded versions, they don't seem to really think anything's going on. I mean, Rainbow Dash is literally lost in a delusion.
Yeah. And at least the mean six,
Rarity.
had a goal and sort of worked with each other. Goji Line saying the mean six was a pointless episode, just saying. I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of the ones I remember really. At least not well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a what if, and just showing Chrysalis is still around trying to cause trouble.
This guy's saying
some Chrysalis content.
This guy says I thought they were the same, sorta.
They're not
Pretty
too dissimilar from each other.
Yeah.
The Discordant 6 because Discord caused it and they're out of sync or discordant with their elements.
Better name for him.
Let's see here. I loved the mean 6 version of Twilight. She should have been a main villain and had a lot of potential.
No evil doppelgangers get to be popular.
All right, well, that's all I have to say about any of that. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before we call it a night?
Find me at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Play Castle Crashers.
Yeah, we're playing Castle Crashers tonight. I'm not gonna do a video game stream tonight, and I'll tell you why. We're gonna update our internet tomorrow. Now, I don't know how it looks for you guys on your end in the stream, but YouTube and Twitch both are constantly yelling at me, like, since I started dual streaming, hey, your connection's really poor. So, and we're not getting enough, like, bandwidth between the two of them. So, we've upgraded our service. Tomorrow, we're going to test that out on a game stream and see if the bitrate is a little more stable. So, yeah, well, that's one reason we're going to do the game stream tonight. The other reason is I'm just really, really gosh darn tired today, and I don't want to be here. Let's see here. Oh, Rusty saying, would the tree be considered a plot device or a deus ex machina? I think the tree is a deus ex machina, because deus ex machina is just Greek for god of the machine. The tree is the machine with a god in it. It's a machine and a god with in its form and function. So I would say yes. The tree is Deus Ex Machina. What do you two think? We'll make that our last question for tonight.
I think Tree Twilight should have made another appearance.
Well, all right. I don't think that. I think that the tree. I mean, I don't know how to describe the tree. The tree is God. There you go. The tree is God. So just deal with it, I guess.
It's the embodiment of harmony. Alrighty then. Well, thanks to everybody for tuning in. I hope you had fun listening tonight. And yeah, we'll see you in about 45 minutes on Petals stream. We're going to be playing Castle Crashers. We're celebrating a birthday tonight, isn't that right?
Yep, it is Raven's birthday. So Raven gets to pick a game because he is my nephew and I adore him. He is my little man. He's just a little boy.
He kind of drives me nuts.
He's supposed to. He's your nephew. He's nothing but a child, Brony. How could you be so cruel to a child?
He is not a child. The man can drink legally now.
How dare you say my innocent little boy is a grown-ass man? He is not a grown-ass man. He is a little boy.
He certainly doesn't think or act like one, but but that's because people like you are babying him. We're gonna forget it. No, I'm putting a shovel in his hand. We're gonna go dig a trench tomorrow.
Yeah, what do you even need the trench for?
So we can hunt deer with spears, obviously.
Okay, well, if we're hunting deer now, yeah, you can take them to go hunt deer as long as I get some.
Trench. I mean, if you need a project that's so bad, you have one in your backyard.
Yeah, there's. Yeah. You know, is that the only reason you're doing it?
Maybe. Shut up.
You shit.
That's a yes.
You shit.
Burning Donuts says, Brony, everyone drives you nuts. Everybody does not drive me nuts. And everybody does not drive me nuts.
Name one person who doesn't drive you nuts. Name one. I'm waiting.
So, you know what? Donut's pretty cool. Donut's pretty cool. I don't remember Donut ever doing.
Furry! Furries by default piss you off!
He's one of the good ones!
Oh, stop saying that!
Well then.
I'm certain that Donut has pissed you off. At some point, at some time, he totally has.
I mean,
Donut in the comments like, shut the fuck up, Heather!
Donut's all right. Goji's all right. Peppermint's cool, I guess. I can't remember the last time Peppermint ever did it. Why can't you all be more like Peppermint?
Stop comparing me to other people.
Because then you don't have any content.
I guess
He's
so.
got a point there. He's got a
Ruby
point.
Ruby Shine is very complimentary of me, right? Like Ruby Shine is just like, oh, Brawny's so cool, you know, and like, yeah, and you guys are.
Rusty feels left out.
Donut Brony. Oh,
Rusty's going, what about me? Aren't I good? Get out here.
Yeah, Rusty hasn't pissed anyone off, I don't think.
no, Rusty says things to get under my skin all the time.
You're just like the rest of us, Rusty. You ain't no good.
Oh, you fed into the ego.
Yeah, Peppermint saying, "Suffer fools, mwahaha, I am a god." I gotta figure out if I'm allowed to have the multi-chat up on the stream here, or if like other platforms are gonna kick me off if I try to do that, because I feel like
Twitch will.
Twitch will. God dang it, Twitch. All right, well we'll figure that out later.
YouTube doesn't care.
Yeah. God dang it. I just hate all streaming platforms. It sucks. Anyway,
we all do.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't even want to do this. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. We'll see you in about 40 minutes on Petals stream. And then we'll see you tomorrow for some video games. No, we don't have Brawny Claws yet. Have a good night, guys. Say good night.
Night.
Bye.